Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel Become the Disruptor. My name is Magda, I'm a trauma-informed and qualified therapist, and today we're going to be talking about how real healing and growth, because these two complement each other. Any type of healing is growth and any growth is healing too, because you're actually working towards the things that you want in your life, which is healing and it is growthful. So let's break this whole myth of how social media are showing healing and growth. It shows us it's something that is immediate, that you go to that one retreat or you go to that one session and do the few breathing techniques or whatever that is, that it is dramatic. Yeah, immediate and dramatic. This is like, this is what happens on social media, and then you live in this fantasy that this is how the healing looks like. So I want to break that illusion for you, because guys, I've been in that illusion many years ago when I was still healing, and yeah, it does not look like that at all. True healing is quiet, because a lot of people are literally just done with their own bullshit, and also done with the bullshit of other people and the whole industry. A lot of people reach this stage on their healing or growth journey when they are so fed up with self-help, with fake, masters of, meditation, or psychologists, psychiatrists, doctors, therapists, counselors. You're so fed up because none of that works, because none of that really addresses, the true healing. Because I think that, let's face the truth, not a lot of people have done their own work, like actual work. And when I say work, I'm talking about healing. So you don't have that many practitioners or clinicians who have done their own work, who had to do their own work, because let's say they didn't have trauma, or they didn't have, they had nice cozy childhood, and that's fine. But this is then, the limitation of the whole industry, because it's not showing you the truth of healing. And healing, first of all, I want you to realize one thing. Proper healing is slow but consistent, and true healing will bring you instability and uncertainty, and you will need to be able to handle these properly, because you're going to be losing, guys, the identity of someone who is self-betraying on a regular basis. You're going to be losing the identity of the empath. You're going to be losing the identity of the one who understands everything, and it's always so understanding and so helpful and so useful. You're going to be losing all of that. That is the healing. And what you're going to gain instead? No, you're not going to be a cold, horrible person. No, you're going to have boundaries. So you're going to see when someone is just trying to manipulate you, and then you're going to put that boundary, thank you, bye. And you're going to see people who are actually nice and actually good for you, whether they are, your clients, customers, whether it's whether that's a professional relationship, whether that is a friend or a romantic partner. And a lot of you are so attached to those identities of empath and niceness and politeness that you prefer to live in that illusion of dramatic change instead of the real change that is irreversible. Because once you see your own self-betrayal, you will never do this again. It's impossible. You will never betray yourself, because you will know the cost. It costs you a lot of time and a lot of energy. So real change, slow but consistent, uncomfortable, and will cause loss and will cause instability and uncertainty. So when I work with my clients, I don't remove. I'm not cushioning them and tell them, look, it's going to be comfy, it's going to be wonderful. I mean, did you see any videos of me trying to sell you that BS? Nah, I don't sell you techniques. I'll give you my framework, how I work, and you can see, is that for you or not? That's it. It's very transparent. I'm not trying to trick you into something so I can, gain some pounds. No, I want to actually work with people. And this is another thing. A lot of people sell frameworks. I love working with people. I love working one-on-one with clients. I don't want them to go and buy my framework. No, come have a session with me. I want to get to know you. I am curious about you. I actually want to bloody help you. So it's almost like, there's so many practitioners, clinicians, which really, I find it really flabbergasting, to be fair, that there are clinicians out there, loads of them, who prefer to sell a framework and do like an online course when they don't interact one-on-one with clients over one-on-one. One-on-one, for me, is the best of the best and the juice of the juice. I love people. I love my clients. So that's me showing my care and I guess seeking circuits back online on YouTube. So yeah, I work one-on-one, and this is where I can see your patterns. And this is where you can see that with a clinician like myself, you don't have to remove any uncertainty or instability. No, because you're going to have conditions in your nervous system that will allow you to stay okay with uncertainty, to be okay with short-term instability for a long-term gain, which is the gain is the proper healing and the proper growth and getting what you want from life, because this is what you deserve. So no cushioning, just proper work. So we don't remove that. We work consistently. So I work consistently with my clients, and for them to do those reps, repetition counts more than anything. Repetition of lack of self-betrayal, repetition of boundaries, repetition of being kind to yourself actually, and showing kindness to yourself actually by attending to your own needs actually, not Instagram reel, but in real life, mundane style. What then changes? So when that healing, so let's say you have one session with me. During that session, we talk about what are your current things that you're struggling with. Okay, what are the things that you can start doing now that fit your lifestyle and won't overwhelm your nervous system? You can incorporate easily, and we're starting with that. So after the first session, you already know basically what to do. Yeah, and it's not going to be overwhelming. You're going to be able to fit it in. Okay, fine. Now you're doing that. When you start doing that, a lot of the times, even after this first session, I will sometimes receive those emails from my clients who will email me and say, I feel better, but not feeling like, oh, it's a mood. It's almost like the decisions are quicker. So your decision-making processes will be much faster. You're not going to be overthinking as much. You're going to be able to stay longer with your feelings. And this is a lot of my clients. They really build up like this beautiful capacity in their nervous system when they can really feel those emotions, allow those emotions to complete their loops, and they can move on from a different state of being. They trust themselves because of that, because they're not reacting. They trust themselves way more. And they can handle boundaries way, way better. And they just, when there is a stressful situation, when there's a challenge, because therapy never promises that there'll be never a challenges. Of course there'll be challenges. You have to handle the stress without spiraling. Yeah. So these are the outcomes: faster decisions, better relationship, way better relationship with your emotions, feeling actually them, trusting yourself, handling boundaries, and not spiraling under stress. When you have that, I promise you one thing: whatever you want will be attainable and will feel attainable, achievable, entertainable, because when you have all that, when you have trust, good decisions, when you don't react, and when you don't spiral under stress, guys, that's it. That is the real deal. Yeah, doesn't sound fancy, as you can see, nothing fancy about it, but that is the healing, you know. This is what, you know, social media sells you fantasy. I'm not selling you anything. I'm telling you the truth, and it's up to you to metabolize it. And if you want to book a session with me, you've got the links down below. Now you really know what to expect. I mean, I think that I am pretty clear about what sort of practitioner I am. And I think probably after watching 1 or 2 videos, you can definitely feel me as a person. So there's no surprises when you're going to see me in a session. This is what it is. What it is. There's nothing more and there's nothing less. Yeah. And like I said, yeah, book that session because I am curious about people. And yeah, I do have some spaces available. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting my new clients. Take care. Bye bye.